Hello? Ah, yes, hello, Graham Criddle. Lovely to hear from you. Yes. Conditions in prison? Well, I can't say that it's top-notch service, but you know. Oh, have you? Started reading through my letter to the Ephesians? How wonderful. It is quite a tricky one, isn't it? Yes, I did use quite a few Bible-y words. You need me to explain it a bit? Well, okay. I suppose I have a bit of time on my hands. I'll do you a little video that you can show to the good people of West Street Christian Fellowship. Would that be okay? Great. I'll get started with it straight away. Goodbye. So, good people of the West Street Christian Fellowship, well done for getting this far into my letter to the Ephesians. I particularly enjoyed writing the bit that you're looking at this week because it was one of my best prayers. Let me tell you what happened. I had just received word that the little churches that I'd helped to set up in Ephesus were doing really well. In fact, I did a little dance of joy when I heard it. It was so encouraging. 2 things they were doing really well in. Number 1, faith. Now, faith happens in your brain. It's a choice you make to believe in Jesus, but it's also about allegiance and a loyalty. It's who you're grabbing onto for dear life. The Ephesians recognised that Jesus really was their Lord. And number 2, love. I don't mean they were sending soppy love letters to each other or texting heart emojis. You see, love in the Bible is a commitment to action, to do things for the well-being of others over our own needs. You have some good examples of love going on in your little church. I've heard that Ella, Margaret and Lydia are cooking 70-odd meals for people they don't even know every week. And a load of you have volunteered to help chop and peel and deliver and clean up after them. I hear that Graham's wife, Jo, is busy making masks. She's already sorted Auntie Sheila out with one. Oh, there are so many more examples. But Jesus role-modelled this kind of love for us pretty well. So there I was doing a little dance of joy, and I found myself praying for them even more. You see, praying for each other in bad times is obvious, but don't forget to pray for each other when things are going really well. God can use all sorts of things that happen to us to help us understand him and experience him more. So I began by praying for the eyes of their hearts. A bit strange, I know, but what I mean is that part of our spirit that knows when God is near would have its eyes fully open. That part of our brain that when we read something in God's word and it suddenly gets it, when we really believe, would be totally open. I thought of 3 things that I wanted God to add to the amazing things that Ephesians were doing. A bit like adding cream, custard and ice cream to your pudding all at once. The first thing I asked God for was to add hope. To know the amazing, brilliant hope that God has such a wonderful future for us in heaven. Sometimes the things that happen to us are horrible. Take it from me, prison is not a picnic. But these things are nothing to the hope that we can have. The second thing I prayed for was for the Ephesians to know that they have been brought into a big, I'm talking huge family. Have you heard of the old dudes called Abraham, Moses, and a whole load of others? Well, God gave them an inheritance. He promised them that through them the whole world would be blessed. Well, If we could only live knowing that God has given us to the world to be a blessing, what a challenge, what a calling. And the third thing that I prayed for was power. Now, not the kind of power that Spider-Man has to shoot webs, not the kind of power that a prefect has in high school and they get to decide who gets to go to the toilet. No, I'm talking about the kind of power that God has. The kind of power that can change a person's life. He can take the most sinful, tragic person, and with an encounter with Jesus, they can be turned into something beautiful. I wonder, do you pray for your friends like this? You should. Try it and see what happens. Well, that's about all for this bit of the letter that you're studying at the moment. Enjoy the rest though, won't you? Bye for now.